Good day, everyone. My name is Ronald from Domingo of Marshall B. Villanueva National High School, Department of Education, Philippines. So my location is at Region 4A Calabar Zone, particularly in San Francisco, Quezon, Philippines. So my research or actual research is all about the decreasing dropout rate through Project Hagilap, Hanapin, Alalayan, Gabayan at ipagpatuloy lang ang pag-aaral. So the background of my study, so the reason to conduct this study are research explores factors behind the student dropout rate, examines Project Hagilap's impact on the students and teachers, aims to improve and enhance dropout reduction strategies, and focus on senior high school department success. The local situational analysis of the problem, high dropout rate in the school year 2021-2022, the pandemic led to modular system adoption and 120 senior high school student dropout, and the primary cause the pandemic included learning disinterest. So the objective of my study is the student demographic profile analysis, age, sex, grade, and health and disability, determining the factors behind senior high school dropout rates, and determining the impact of Project Hagilap on the students, parents, and the community. So identify if there is a relationship between the respondents, demographics, and dropout factors. So as you can see in my framework, the researcher used the input I process output. So under the input, we have the demographic profile of the respondents and the key factors contributing to the high dropout rate among senior high school students. In the process, we have the Project Agila proposal and the letter to the principal for the approval and the implementation of Project Agila project activities. And the output is the result of the study based on the demographic profile of the students, the key factors contributing to the high dropout rate, and the benefits and challenges faced through the implementation of the Project Hagila. So the methods of this study, when it comes to research design, a quasi-experimental design was become chosen because it's permit comparing outcomes in group without random assignment. Randomly assigning student to Project Hagilap is empirical and unethical. That's why it is so existing groups of setting will be used for the study. And when it comes to the population, so the Marshall B. Villanueva National High School, specifically in senior high school department, have a total number of 120 dropout students in the school year 2021-2022, and the total number of 40 dropout students in the school year 2022-2023, resulting a total of 160 dropout students were the selected participants in the study. So the treatment in this project or research, the project Hagilap is the intervention targeting drop factors involving mentoring, academic support, counseling, or proven dropout rate reduction strategies. When it comes to the data collection procedure, the pre-intervention, the baseline data, demographic academic records, attendance, student engagement, and support perceptions. Implementing mentor monitoring, attendance engagement, feedback during the intervention, and the post-intervention, same measures comparing outcome between the groups. When it comes to data analysis, the data analysis involved comparing the academic performance, attendance level, and the dropout rates between the intervention and control groups. The statistical technique, specifically chi-square, to test will be used to determine if there are significant between the groups. So as you can see in the result discussion in this table, the dropout rate in the school year 2021-2022 without Project Hagilap, no, almost 67, the highest rank. 67, the total highest rank is the lack of interest, followed by the child labor, followed by the family problems. Then we have the distance from home, then the early marriage, and the lowest is the illness. So the result in discussion from the table, so without Project Hagilap, no, out of 120 dropout students in the school year 2021-2022, 63 or 52% were male and 57 or 47.5 were female. It was also found out that the 96 or 80% students stop in the grade 11 and 24 or 20% students stop in grade 12. It was also found out that the most common reason of the students on choosing to drop out is the lack of interest, with averaging about 67 out of 120 or 56% of the dropout reasons, while illness is in the lowest, averaging just about 3 out of 120 or 2.5% dropout reasons. So as you can see in the result in this table, the dropout rate in the school year 2022-2023 with Project HJAGILAP, as you can see, so the lack of interest is already 11, no? But the total of dropouts is 40, from 120 down to 40. And of course, the highest without the Project HJAGILAP is lack of interest. But in this table, after the Project HJAGILAP or after the implementation of Project HJAGILAP, so the lack of interest down to 11 from 67. So from the result or from the table with the Project HJAGILAP, now out of 40 dropout students in the school year 2022-2023, 19 or 47% of the students were male, while 21 or 53% of the students were female. And it was also found out that 32 or 80% of the students stopped in the grade 11, while 8 or 20% of the students stopped in the grade 12. It also found out that the most common reason of the students on choosing to drop out is the child labor and the family problem, with the same average of 12 out of 40 or 30% of the drop while reasons why illness is in the lowest, averaging just about 1 out of 40 or 2.5% dropout reasons. So that means the Project HJAGILAP was effective after the implementation. So when it comes to the result and the discussion, so to answer the objectives of the study, from the student demographic profile, age, sex, grade, and health and disability status, the study proven that obtaining and utilizing the demographic profile of the respondents has significantly aided in gathering clearer and more accurate information about strong evidence that the problem indeed exists. This approach allows for a meticulous assessment of the problem, not only among the children, but also within their surrounding environment and the factors contributing to their dropping out. So next is the determining the factors behind the senior high school dropout rates. So this study has proven that there are numerous factors that cause students to lose motivation and choose to discontinue their education. These factors serve as a reason why students are unable to pursue their dreams. Identifying these factors is crucial in taking appropriate action to support and help the youth effectively. So to determine the impact of the Project HJAGILAP on the student and parents, as well as the community, the Project HJAGILAP has significantly reduced dropout rates, benefiting students with academic support and technology access, involving the parents in their child's education and addressing community issues. Further enhancement can strengthen its impact on student retention and overall community well-being. So to identify the last part, if there is a relationship between respondents' demographics and dropout factors, so the study found out that there is a significant relationship between the demographic profile and the dropout factors. So when it comes to conclusion, the conclusion of the study, based on the findings, without Project HJAGILAP, it was found out that the most common reason of students on choosing to drop out is the lack of interest, averaging about 67 out of 120 or 56% of the dropouts reasons. And the lowest part is the illness, about 3 out of 120 or 2.5 dropout reasons. While after the implementation of Project HJAGILAP, with the Project HJAGILAP, it was found out that the most reason of the students on choosing to drop out is the child labor and the family problem. with the same average of 12 out of 40 or 30% of the dropout reasons why illness is the lowest, averaging just about 1 out of 40 or 2.5% dropout reasons. Therefore, there is no lack of interest in this part after the implementation of Project Agilap. Although there's a lack of interest, a minimal number of lack of interest after the implementation of Project Agilap. Therefore, I conclude that there is uh, the effectiveness of Project Hagilap to reduce the dropout rates of the Marshall Villanueva National High School, the senior high school department. The Project Hagilap already existing until now, and continues the improvement of the project. Then, therefore, the Project Hagilap was effective. So after the found out the findings of the study, no, the following recommendations of the researchers uh, include the sustainability plan for the Project Hagila, then enhancement of the project, another project under the Project Hagila to sustain not only the decreasing of the dropout, but to improve the academic performance of all learners. It is really important the high level of the academic performance of the learners, not only to reduce the dropout rate. And the use of Project Hagilap in another setting to test the effectiveness and sustainability of the project, not only to the senior high school department, but actually we implement this school year to the junior high school department of our institutions. So that's all my presentation. Good day, everyone, and thank you very much.